Hi, prayer partners. Hope you're having a good week. Thank you for your prayers last week. The time at the Pulaski Evangelism Conference went well. Had a great time with those folks. And then the revival at Crocker Sunday through Wednesday. A number of decisions, great time of praise and worship. And as I put in one of those last updates, Wednesday night service was just one of those times that how do you put into words when the presence of God shows up and just begins dealing with people's heart, and to see many of them respond and be at the altar and shedding tears and praying. It was just one of those glorious, glorious moments. Thank you so much for your prayers. And also, we've been praying for Nick Catro, the uh, Director of Missions for Pulaski Baptist. And last update I sent to you, I think, was he finally got some medication that's helping him, and he is doing much, much better. And I got to spend some time with him, have lunch with him one day, and just visit with him a little bit. And thank you for praying for him, and continue to pray for him and his wife, Pam. And my sister Terry, her leg's doing much better, and still in the process of healing and waiting for that day she can begin to put weight on it. And Paula Blankenship had hip replacement and pelvis surgery, and the doctor has given her the all clear to be able to put weight on her legs. So now she's beginning the process of being able to get up and move a little bit. It's going to be a slow process. So continue to pray for her and for her husband Jim. He's still recovering from strokes, and just ask the Lord to help them. And with all of the prayer requests and the emphasis lately we've been talking about with prayer, I am so grateful for your prayers. But I just want to remind you today that we have somebody praying for us always. The Bible says in Hebrews 7:25, therefore, he, meaning Jesus, is also able to save to the uttermost those who come to God through him, since he always lives to make intercession for them. That means Jesus is seated at the right hand of the Father in heaven, and he is our heavenly high priest, prays for us nonstop. I'm amazed that God knows everything about me, that he loves me in spite of it, and that he prays for me that I would seek to do his will, that I would have the strength to do his will, that I would have everything that I need to be obedient to him. And all I have to do is ask. He's praying for me always. He's praying for you always. When you feel like maybe you've been neglected by others, maybe your church hadn't paid enough attention to you, maybe things have not been the way you wanted them to be, you just remember, be reminded, comforted, strengthened that Jesus prays for you always. It's going to be interesting when we get to heaven to find out all of the things that he prayed for us about, and for all the things that he cared about when we didn't even stop to realize that he was there. I think there's an old hymn that says something about he was there all the time, and it's so true. Uh, Saturday, I'm leaving for revival at Calvary Baptist Church in Ozark, Missouri. Pastor Terry Kendrick, and pray for him, and pray for their church that there would be an outpouring of God's Spirit there. Thank you so much for all the time you do sacrifice and for all the prayers you make in our behalf. We are so grateful and so blessed to have you as friends. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye bye.